All right, boobs, you stay in. No peekaboos today. Oh, hello. Welcome back to the drama, where I keep you up to date in all things TikTok, Instagram, and of course, reality TV so you don't have to rot your brain. But if you could, since I'm melting mine away on a daily basis, ingesting all of this, could you hit the subscribe button and leave me a comment saying, "Just call me daddy"? Thank you guys so much. And now let's dip into the next episode of 90 Day Fiancé, The Last Resort. So if you're not up to date, the last episode I did is linked below. This episode is Big Ed's most embarrassing episode to date, and I am absolutely loving it. But before we get to the Eggman himself, Jovi and Yara are having some problems.
I hide something behind your back.
And in true 90 Day fashion, or just reality fashion in general, Yara has this secret that she has been hiding from her husband, and she's gonna reveal it on reality television so we can all hear.
I've been keeping this secret for so long, and today is the day about communication, so I just want to tell him already.
So it turns out Yara is cheating. Psych. No, that's Azuelo's storyline. So her husband Jovi wants another baby, baby numero dos. But Yara is secretly taking birth control.
You're always talking to have a second baby, and I always tell you I'm not ready, it's just not the time. And I've been hiding from you. I've been taking the birth control, and I didn't tell you about that.
And this is super important to Jovi. Jovi is absolutely pissed. How dare she not want to rip from her vagina to her butthole for him?
I don't want to wait until I'm 40.
Well, in my opinion, Yara has some very good reasons as to why she feels they shouldn't bring another child into this world. The biggest reason seems to be Jovi's immaturity. I mean, to me, personally, he doesn't scream dad, in my opinion. He's hanging around strippers.
Yeah. It feels good to be back in my favorite strip club,
which his wife has said she doesn't like. For me, that doesn't scream dad material, but in her words, he's very childish. In one of their fights, he's sitting on the corner of the bed in an upright fetal position like a child rather than discussing the problem. Another time, instead of discussing the problem, he ran off to go drink with Angela, of all people, the freaking alcoholic, mentally unstable, and anger issues Meemaw of the group, and decided to go drink with her instead of once again discussing problems with his wife. What part of that says, let's have a second baby with that guy?
This is my local hangout. I used to come here 6 or 7 nights a week.
I wouldn't have had baby number one with them.
At that point, I want to be, starting to enjoy you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this. For now, I'm gonna stay in birth control until I'm ready for a second child.
I stand with that. If one partner is not ready for a second child, why would you have one? Especially if it's the woman who's not ready, the one who's carrying the child. It's so easy for Jovi to say, I want another baby, when he doesn't have to do the actual physical work. Jovi, the 2 minutes of sex does not count. I'm talking about the 9 months of carrying the child. From what it looks like, from like the past shows that I've seen, Yara does most of the work when it comes to the kid as well after the birth. So he sees, ooh, a fun baby. I get to tell everyone I have 2 kids. She sees my husband is immature. We need to work on our marriage. He needs to work on his alcoholic tendencies, the way he runs away from me to go drink when we need to have serious discussion. And this is the man that wants to have a second baby.
So, I love you. But Joey, if you're gonna push me like that, I don't think something happen from it, okay?
Look at the eye roll. That's immaturity at its finest. That's teenage level immature. I would know I was a sassy teenager. Gave my mom a little bit of a hard time. But a grown man rolling his eyes because his wife says they need to work on their marriage before they bring another human into this world, that's a weird thing to roll your eyes at. Now, and I know some people are gonna flip this on me and say they are a team. They should work together to bring a baby into the world. It doesn't work that way. I strongly believe if one person in the relationship does not want another kid, don't do it because it affects the child. And let me tell you, it's the worst, absolute worst feeling in the world to know a parent doesn't want you and only had you to fulfill some type of tradition or for bragging rights because multiple children means you're more successful. I don't know the mindset, but it's weird. Also, if I already had a kid and my husband was acting the way Jovi does and he rolled his eyes at me because I won't let him in my and I have to be wobbling around for 9 months with morning sickness, swollen feet, and sweating out my ass while he tells everyone we're pregnant, I would be pissed.
And we need to learn how to deal with our issue without one of us getting drunk or threatening divorce.
Yes, right? Thank you, Yara. Why do couples have all these problems, literally are talking about divorce, and they think, well, maybe a baby will fix it. It's just going to make an already stressful relationship relationship even more stressful. And there's gonna be a lot of poop everywhere. Explosive diarrhea. Have you ever cleaned an explosive diarrhea diaper while pissed and while fighting with your significant other? Not fun.
So on this point, I think we need to be worried about fixing our marriage, not about growing our family.
I'm so happy and just it brings me so much joy that at least one person is using their brain. And isn't it ironic that they are on 90 Day Fiancé, the last resort? Why are you talking about babies? You're there to fix your marriage, which is obviously broken. You're on the last resort. So after all of that, it's time for group therapy.
SEX therapy.
And Liz is still pissed at Angela and definitely still pissed at Big Ed. And like I said, this is SEX therapy. Look at her face. She doesn't want to think about doing this guy.
After last night, Ed and I are not in a good place. We got in another argument this morning, and I'm just pissed.
And I know you're asking, no, Angela did not come. Michael's in Africa, the time zones, I don't know, but she's not there. I don't know what 90 Day Fiancé is doing, but I know why they have her there. Because without Angie, no one would probably be yelling, screaming, showing their tits. It would probably be a very productive time. You'd probably only have Big Ed slinging around his little carrot in a hot tub. And I don't know about you, but most people who watch reality television shows don't really want a sausage fest of little Ed. Except for my gays. Do you guys like this? I don't want to speak for you guys, so you guys gotta speak up. Let me know. Is this what you like? Because I know y'all have better taste than this. Not to shame. Go ahead and tell me, but I know my gay fan base does not set their standards this low.
So I am a pleasure positive sex educator, right? And so I'm here today just to have a conversation, maybe teach you some things that you didn't know about yourself or your partner.
I have a question.
God, what, Edward?
Where do babies come from?
So Liz, can you just tell us, is this a business deal? This has to be a business deal. I will take no other answer. There is just no way that she loves him. She said that she goes for personality and connection. All I've seen him do is cheat, call her fat, and say that he likes Asians with a yoga booty. Is Liz even Asian? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. But all I've seen her do is constantly cry, gain weight, then say that she's uncomfortable because she gained weight, then run down the street crying away from Ed. What connection are you thinking that you have? So Ed, who's the funny guy of the group, according to him, everyone just starts freaking laughing at that bomb-ass joke. Just kidding. They all make fun of him because he's an idiot. Jovi mocked him.
Where do babies come from?
He made sure that Ed knew that it was in fact not funny.
I promise.
That was not as funny as you think it is.
Kelly rolls his eyes. Molly looks like she just witnessed the most idiotic statement she has ever heard. And you know this woman absolutely hates him. She's extra pissed because when you hate someone, even the way they breathe just pisses you off. They could be wearing the cutest sweatshirt ever and you could be like, you look absolutely ridiculous. And that's my merch. That's my firstborn dog on that merch. She is Beautimus, but he looks like a complete idiot. But you won't. Linked below. Smooth plug. I saw a couple of you guys send me that you were wearing it and it's very cute. Thank you so much. I love it. Plus it's almost sweater season, so I can't wait to wear a big sweater with my dog on it. So you know who it really impressed though? Liz. She loved it. She was all over him.
Not in the mood for jokes at all.
Oh, well, you know, comedy it's subjective and good thing he doesn't give a shit what Liz thinks. He's just here to win, remember?
Looking forward to crossing the finish line.
I'm looking forward
building
to
with
winning.
trust.
Sucks though that his flash buddy Angela isn't there to grace us with her very angelic and lovable laugh. Well, Azuelo, the most focused guy there, gets everyone back on track on the SEX talk.
Can you use your own spit?
They stuck on this spit thing for a minute. He's really into finding out if he can just spit in his wife's and if it's a good thing. And Molly just does not like that question.
Oh, no.
She's very uncomfortable.
You can make it smell terrible.
And the SEX therapist and Molly are trying to explain to him that's more of a adult entertainment type thing.
So I have to use her spit?
Don't worry, he gets it eventually, little Azuelo. He's learning, he's trying.
Or
Uh-oh, he's the new funny guy. Watch out, Ed, he's gonna take your title. And he wasn't even trying, and he didn't have to cheat either. Well, I mean, Azuelo actually did cheat on his wife.
And then he disclosed that someone had offered to give him a job. And he accepted it.
And because he cheated on her and she found out, he gave her the go-ahead, a freebie, if you will. She got a free pass to go be with anyone she wants. One free night.
So then to make it even or fair, then he said I could have a hall pass.
And she's pretty, I don't think the word is conservative, but he was her first sexual partner. And he didn't think little Miss Goody Two-Shoes, is precious, my body is a temple, is actually going to use it. Well, you know what? Use it she did. And she absolutely loved it.
So did you you? Wow.
This is these types of men worst nightmare. They get the good girl, she's safe, I'm the only one, she can't compare me to no one. Then that good girl gets the taste.
It escalated further to oral sex.
Of someone else, and they find out that you're actually pretty mediocre in bed.
Lubricant.
Thanks, Ed. Can we just let the teacher teach? She was gonna tell him, we don't need you because you're the absolute last person who needs to give their input on what to do between the sheets. So then the couples are asked to rate their partner's sex skill. And that's a great thing to do in a group setting on national television. So Azuelo takes a deep breath and then spits out,
I'm gonna say 10.
10?
wow, really a 10? I just feel like he didn't put at least a second thought into it. Maybe he put 1 second thought. He did take a deep breath. Took him about a second, but he didn't put much thought into it. But you know who did? His wife.
Anytime I think about him having sex, I don't think about him having sex with me. I think about him with other people. So immediately I'm like, ugh.
Well, that's not a good sign. So what about the super young couple, Jovi and Yara? Well, Jovi said they had fabulous sex at first, but then she had to have a baby, and now it's not that great and frequent like it used to be.
When we first got together, we had a lot of sex, and that's kind of faded away. We have a small child.
It's not because of the child.
That's not a good sign either. So at first I was like, well, duh, that's pretty much what happens after someone has a child. Bodies change, you know, they might be a little bit insecure. You've got a whole ass baby you have to take care of. But Yara stops and says, no, that's not the reason. It's you.
And for her, she wants, before we have sex, something romantic or something special.
So then we come to find out he knows it's not the child. It's his lack of effort. He even knows the problem, and he has decided to not fix it because he's lazy and just wants to bang it out real quick.
Yeah, because it's not enjoyable.
Marriage is work. Married people, clock in the comment section. Just because you're married, it doesn't mean you get to have fabulous, which probably means quick to you, sex 24/7 whenever you want.
I need to be prepared mentally. Yeah.
Look at Kalani, and now look at Azuelo. He's really trying to soak all of this in, but I feel like he's just not getting it. Azuelo just always looks like Patrick Star to me, 100%. Whenever I see him, he just reminds me of Patrick.
But I don't think I should have to go out of my way specifically to do something nice for you to have sex, like to just...
I don't know what to say to that. Let me repeat that. I don't need to go out of my way to do something nice for you just to have sex with you. I think I need to rephrase it to make it more sense to me. I think he's saying I want to put absolutely no effort into something that takes two people. I just want to think about myself and my penis and stick it inside of you whenever I want. Yara, stay on that birth control. It is just as silent when Big Ed told that freaking awesome joke we all love, which everybody was just too dumb to understand. Just like we're all too dumb to understand why Jovi wants another baby and why he should just have one. And Yara should be supplying him with unlimited for the rest of his life, whenever he needs it. Well, the therapist then tries to explain it to him nicely, because that's her job, to be nice and not call people stupid or selfish.
When you have children, spontaneous desire becomes further away.
Absolutely.
Do you think he's getting it?
The more responsibility you have in the household. The other thing is our bodies change as we have babies.
Do you think he's understanding? Or do you think he's going to go back to their little hotel room and then beg Yara for some 2 minutes of sex just really quick? If you picked B, I don't know if you're right. But Ed could not take it anymore. He had to rate the sex with Liz.
So we started out as an 11.
Okay.
And over time, it's probably about a 5.
Y'all, this is a face of a woman who has nothing to lose. That's what she's doing on the inside. Actually, I don't think she is, but I am. Wanna know why? Do you remember when Big Ed had the absolute audacity to call Liz fat, to tell her to go to the gym, to point out the food that she's eating?
I'm not someone to just like stop and give you like 5 or 10 minutes to catch your breath and then like get back into it.
Look at who's so obese and so out of shape now, you have to take multiple 5 to 10 minute breaks in between your probably low effort performance in bed. Did you ever think, Big Ed, that might be part of the reason why the sex isn't that great? We all saw you rolling around that hot tub, sir. That was pure fat. Getting older, the food you eat, and obesity can kill sex drive and your performance. And apparently, you don't perform very well.
We definitely got better sex life than anybody else in the room.
Look at Jovi, so proud of himself. That means you still have pretty bad sex, and the way that your wife is looking confirms it a bit. And it's not the best accomplishment. Azuelo and Kalani don't even touch each other. Angela's not even in the room. Shit, Michael's in Africa, so they're not having sex either. And Liz, well, Ed looks like a thumb from Spy Kids with the maturity of a 12-year-old boy. So you know they're not having a great time. Not that hard of an accomplishment.
I prefer to get myself off.
Is anyone else having a great time?
Because I am.
Well, of course, this whole thing sparked another fight because Ed is embarrassed.
If I'm pissed because you kept throwing missiles at me.
I wasn't
That's not
throwing
fair.
missiles. I'm
You
being
were intentionally
honest.
trying to embarrass
No,
me.
I wasn't.
Is this, I have a question. Is this the same man that said that she's trying to embarrass him? Is that him? Is that him too? Is this the same man right here? It's a beautiful day. I'm just trying to make sure before I say, Big Ed, you embarrass yourself. And also, side note, we all knew you were bad at sex. We can tell. Have you looked in the mirror? Have you heard yourself speak? Bad physical appearance of a man that doesn't take care of himself, shitty personality. Mix those together, we get you. Of course you're bad at sex. You only think of yourself. Well, later that night, Liz is in absolute tears and she is expressing to Ed that she gets really frustrated when Ed has to make those bomb-ass jokes. God. It's hard to say those things during serious moments.
Like I was rolling my eyes the whole time tonight. Every time you try to make a joke because you can't be serious in the moment.
I'm just looking for that laugh.
That's so interesting. Like I said, it's very interesting because no one ever laughs at his jokes. He doesn't understand that he is the joke. Him. Like, we laugh because he's an idiot, not because we think, you know, he's a good comedian with impeccable timing and wit. He himself is the punchline for material that the actual comedians use. I really hope this man isn't getting confused and getting the wrong impression why there's so many videos out about him. It's not because he's funny, it's because he's an idiot and we laugh at, I don't need to explain this.
I'm serious about us. I want it to work. And I just feel us, you know, slipping away.
You should give into that. Just keep slipping and let the relationship dwindle away. Embrace it. I would love that for you. I would love that for us. Okay, but then Liz starts feeling super bad about Big Ed feeling lonely and unsupported.
I never made you feel like I had your back.
Oh God. On the real, you know Ed wants a more docile, quiet, subservient woman for obvious reasons. Look at how he acts whenever Liz just sticks up for herself just a tiny bit. So she stays quiet all the time, and that's what he likes. And so I have to say, that's what your ass gets, sir. A woman that will never speak up. You got exactly what you wanted. A woman that never speaks up. She just stands by your side while you look like a damn fool. That smells like egg salad.
Smell like an egg salad sandwich?
Anyway, Big Ed tries to cry. There he goes.
And I'm realizing that.
He's gonna do it. I think he's gonna do it this time. He's gonna show that he actually is hurt. Oh wait, never mind. He never cries. Ed seems to get very excited that she's crying and she feels bad. So now he feels like this is success.
So maybe this therapy is actually working.
Wow, only 3 days in? This relationship stuff is easy peasy. Anyway, that was all of the important things that happened in the episode that I think, but don't you worry. I will keep watching the madness so that you don't have to. Seriously, hearing this man's voice is very triggering, but I do it. I'm watching every episode because unlike him and his relationship, I'm dedicated to this. So I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to have a great day. No, make sure to have a grand day, and I will see you guys next episode.
Wake up, honey, I made you breakfast. Fresh coffee and bagels too. A new day is waiting for us. We got lots of fun stuff to do. Let's go to the zoo and feed the monkeys. I can lend them your baseball cap. Let's make the day a bear and our fun. Growing growing up is just a trap.